Mr. Speaker,
the
sir.
person, the honorable member who keeps shouting point of order, you know the procedures of the House, how to seek intervention. It is not by shouting point of order. In fact, shouting point of order without seeking intervention, which must be recognized by the Speaker, is itself disorderly conduct and is punishable. Proceed, Honorable Passaris.
Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this motion. First of all, I would really like to say that as a country, as a government, we failed, not just the people of MAVOKO, but there's so many historical injustices in this country where houses have been demolished, even here in Nairobi, and we've never been able to find a solution. People pick their pieces, some lose their lives, some get sick with cancer or mental health, because when something so emotive, like having yourself dragged out of your house with bulldozers, having all your property destroyed, having your children look at their lives crumbling down right before your eyes and seeing their parents looking totally helpless, that shows that we have failed. We have failed, and we continue to fail. So what would be the solution? We can give each other, we can blame each other, we can say it's this one or the other one, but at the end of the day, we are all Kenyans. We fought for independence. We got rid of the colonizers. We took possession of our land. We didn't take possession of our land for certain people. We didn't take possession of our land to frustrate people, to harm people, to injure people, to economically destroy people, and including financial institutions. In this country, if you want a loan for your business, you go with your title. Today, banks are not really able to lend you money on titles because they don't trust your title. Now, what happened in MAVOKO, I think, was actually a miscarriage of justice. What should have happened, and I really want to appeal to the Chief Justice, who is a mother and a woman. I think we need to stop making decisions in the courtroom when it comes to emotive matters like land, which involves a huge community, and actually take the courts to the grassroots. Take the courts and have an open court. Nothing stops them to go into the grassroots and actually see what is happening. Because when they make these decisions in the courts, right, some of the decisions that they make in the courts, like now we have a decision which will affect and impact a number of households in Nairobi. And the residents of Nairobi and the Karima case have been given up to the 31st of December to move. What I want to ask is, why can't we have a multi-sectorial approach so that when you have matters of land which involve community, we bring, because the judiciary keeps telling us, let's go for alternative dispute mechanism. The judiciary itself can initiate that dispute, the arbitration and the alternative dispute mechanism, and actually bring the Ministry of Lands, bring in the police, bring in the community, bring in the judiciary, and together we look at how we can safeguard the dignity of the people that we are supposed to represent. The people in MAVOKO, I understand where they're coming from when they say this was our land. We gave you the land to do business because you will bring some economic gain for our people. This land was sold to innocent Kenyans. The county government gave approvals for construction of houses. The services were provided by Kenya Power, provided by the Ministry of Water, titles were provided by the Ministry of Lands, and then all of a sudden you wake up one morning and you say this land belongs to us. So I was thinking, with all those 4,000 acres of land that East African Portland has, surely couldn't they have actually figured out how to compensate the people, or to actually give this 200-300 acres of land and say, this is your land. We have actually survived and made profits out of this land. So we will give you this land. We will end this court battle, you know, so that the people can actually live in peace. The land that is in Nairobi right now that we're talking about with the Karimas, I really would like the government to seriously look at the Dungu report, We came up with the task force. We came up with the Dungo report. This was supposed to cure the injustices that came up with land. And up to today, we've never implemented the Dungo report. So I want the government to have a humane face. As we're saying we want to build houses for the people, we want to give dignity to the people. How do we give dignity to the people and the promise of dignity when today we erode that dignity by bulldozing houses and schools and churches? Even if those churches were built in land that was not theirs, how was that church built with a title? How was that church built with approvals? So all of us are culpable. And I think it's important, as a member of the Committee of Lands, we shall do what we can, but we need...
You need more minutes?
Mr. Speaker,
adjournment motions go
yes,
for 5 minutes,
yeah,
except with the leave of the House. And I assume the House is the Speaker. So you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is an item. The land issues are emotive, and we need a multi-sectorial approach. We need to get to the grassroots, and we need to stop actually harming our Kenyans. Our Kenyans need to be engaged in a manner that is dignified, because that is what the government has promised. And we are all part and parcel of that promise because we are part of the government. So we need to make sure, whether we are opposition or we are in government, that together we uphold the dignity of the people, because it's not enough to come and say we feel sorry for you, because the pain that they're feeling is continuing and is growing, and mental health is real. We're going to have a lot more challenges if we continue being so harsh and rough on the citizens of this country. So I pray that the President and the various cabinet, when they meet, they address this issue, because really business cannot actually thrive when the people of the community are actually being destroyed. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Engineer Paul Nzengu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to contribute into this debate. From the onset, I want to empathize and sympathize with the people of MAVOKO constituency for that barbaric action that was taken upon them. It's a pity that a lot of people may have lost their lifetime earning through this act of carelessness. And Mr. Speaker, I want to condemn the whole act on the strongest words possible. And I also want to condemn a section of members who took it, who tried to trivialize the whole thing by associating the grabbing of the land so reported to be having been occasioned or orchestrated by the Wiper Brigade, by claiming that the elections of 2022 were financed by the proceeds from the money that was purportedly obtained from this sale of land. I think this was a careless and a mockery. It was a careless statement and a mockery to the people that lost their monies, their earnings. Mr. Speaker, that two wrongs don't make a right. And assuming that there was a problem in that area where the titles were mixed up, or some authorities somewhere made a mistake, does not qualify the people that are affected to have been hurt in the manner that it was done to them. Mr. Speaker, we have examples of land where inadvertently people were